All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the day again. So welcome to yet another. Well, you know what? It's best if I say this with my camera on. I find myself doing that a lot, giving you guys a little bit of a monologue before I get started. So let's get the formalities out of the way. Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome. What does that sound? Is that my PlayStation making that noise? Huh, I guess it is. But yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another live reading of One Piece. We are going to be going through Volume 9 of this series, and we are now entering into the Arlong Park arc. So, with that being said, I could give like my own personal synopsis, but I'll just leave it up to the volumes from now on so you guys can get a bit of a rough idea as to where we've been in the last showcase. Hey, Kohagen, good to see you, and DJ, good to see you as well. It's a happy day today because we just got the announcement of Sony's PlayStation Showcase, which is happening next week on Wednesday at 4. So I am definitely looking forward to seeing that showcase because a lot of people are hoping that it's not a state of play, it's a whole it's out of sync. It's out of sync again. I forgot to set it back. I was done with Zelda. It's always that one element that I keep missing. I am so sorry. But Kyushu92 here, welcome back to another One Piece volume reading. I gotta do my intro again. I gotta do it again. In order so that people's immersion doesn't get broken. I gotta do it again. Welcome back to my One Piece volume read-through, my One Piece series read-through as we go through volume 9 of the series. We are entering into hold on. Let the white balance get it. Come on, balance. Let them see. Okay, I think I got it. Even if you have to block out my face for the white balancing. There we go. Volume 9 of the series where we enter into the Arlong Park arc. So I'll let the synopsis for the volumes be my, recap for where we've been thus far. But also another thing. Thank you, Kohagen. I know you guys will remind me, but I need to put it in my brain so you guys don't have to work as hard to do that. But, it's a joyous day because we're getting the PlayStation Showcase next week on Wednesday at 4, and a lot of people are hoping that we finally get some Spider-Man 2 news. It's going to be over an hour long, so hopefully we'll get something because we're going to be entering into the summer soon, and that's more than a perfect time to do it, either that or Summer Game Fest. But we'll find out a little bit later on. Let's get back to the nitty-gritty, shall we? Volume 9, Tears. The Story of One Piece, Volume 9. Chapter 62? No, 72. It's 72. The Story of One Piece, Volume 9. Monkey D. Luffy started out as just a kid with a dream, and that dream was to become the greatest pirate in history. Stirred by the tales of pirate red-haired Shanks, Luffy vowed to become a pirate himself. That was before the enchanted devil fruit gave Luffy the power to stretch like rubber, at the cost of being unable to swim, a serious handicap for an aspiring sea dog. Undeterred, Luffy set out to sea and recruited some crewmates. Lying sharpshooter Usopp, master swordsman Zoro, treasure-hunting thief Nami, and the sous chef Sanji. While working off the damage he caused aboard the ocean-going restaurant Baratier, Luffy meets Sanji the cook and asks him to join his crew. But Sanji, for reasons only he knows, refuses to leave the restaurant ship. Before that mystery can be solved, Don Krieg and his pirates try to capture the Baratier, triggering a ferocious battle. In the end, Luffy and Krieg face off, and Luffy proves that courage is sometimes more than a match for overwhelming firepower. After the battle, Luffy again asks Sanji to sail with him, and once more Sanji refuses, until Chef Zeph and his fighting cooks conspire to convince Sanji that he should follow his dream. Touched by their extremely tough brand of love, Sanji says a tearful goodbye and sets off with Luffy. Meanwhile, Zoro and Usopp sail ahead in pursuit of Nami, and arrive at an island ruled by the fisherman warlord Sawtooth Arlong. Scarcely have they arrived when, to their shock, they find Nami consorting with the pirates. So we're going to be going through Chapter 72 through 81. Chapter 72, Proper Living. Buggy's Crew, After the Battle, Part 25, Mysterious Figures in the East. And then it just cuts to the Buggy pirates looking at someone standing on a plateau above the rest of them, while the rest of the Kumite tribe that was trying to cook Richie and company are all completely knocked out. And then we cut to Usopp, who was looking at Arlong and the fishmen because they showed up because they came to threaten or at least manhandle the village chief, or the person in charge of Gosa. Well, not Gosa, but the other village. Gerudo, I think his name is. I'm thinking Genzo. I'm thinking of The Legend of Zelda right now. Gerudo is like the tribe of women that exists in Zelda. I just got Tears of the Kingdom on the brain. I'm sorry. But we got to Usopp looking out.
An Arlong Empire? They want their own country? Do they think they can turn the whole East Blue into fish mania? What'll happen to my village?
Only the gods know. Remember that Nojiko is there with Usopp. Only the gods know. All we can do is endure in silence. For now.
For now?
And then someone screaming out.
Ah! What was that?
Genzo!
The possession of weapons is sedition. It's a threat to the peace of our domain.
As it shows Genzo, the dude in charge, being held up. Yo, Psycho, good to see you. Being held up by Arlong, and the side of his head is bloodied. And also the little canopy that he was sitting under has been completely knocked over as well.
It's a threat to the peace of our domain. And to prevent any further rebellions, I'm gonna kill you as an example to the rest.
What? Just 'cause he had a weapon? They kill him for that?
And Nojiko is just looking in utter horror.
Those swine! Hey! You! Come back! You'll be killed!
How dare you, Arlong! In 8 years, we've never once failed to pay your tribute. Do you really think we have any rebellious intentions? Now let Mr. Genzo go! Nojiko, wait!
Why does he need weapons if not to fight us? For the peace and security of our realm, this man must die. Or maybe the whole village should disappear.
And then everyone gets intimidated because, like, Arlong is an intimidating individual.
If one of you ever lays a hand on one of us, I'll turn this village into a graveyard.
Then it cuts to Genzo. Go to your homes, all of you. If violence breaks out now, the last 8 years will have been for nothing. We already fought and died to resist them, in vain. Remember the vow we made then. We swore to fight by enduring, by living. Mr. Genzo!
But your words are wise. For a fool, survival is indeed the greatest victory. It's good to live. And to know your place!
As Arlong takes Genzo's face and shoves it face first into a post.
He knows that resistance is useless.
And all of the citizens just look in shock as they see Genzo just getting manhandled by Arlong.
All creatures are not born equal. Humans have to know their proper place in the world.
And then it gets to a citizen who gets really, really angry and goes, You! Stop! Don't touch him, whatever happens.
You better listen to him.
But he never used the weapon. Please, spare him.
What's this? More rebellion?
And then it cuts to someone putting their hand up. And it's Genzo as he goes, If you die, they win. Whatever happens to me, you must live on. And then all the civilians just look on as Arlong just continues to manhandle Genzo. Now, here's the thing. For those of us who have seen the Four Kids One Piece dub, Arlong had a little bit of had a colorful vocabulary when he was referring to humans. In fact, in the Four Kids dub, he would refer to them, in the horrible Four Kids dub, he would refer to them as humans. And I'm trying to remember his reasoning for calling humans. I don't know if because the dialogue for One Piece 4 Kids dub was incredibly childish, to the point where even serious villains, you couldn't really take them seriously because they weren't intimidating. They just spoke as if you were trying to, as if you were in kindergarten and you couldn't say anything you wanted. So Arlong referring to people as humans was like, whatever happens to me, you must live on. Genzo! As we see Arlong hold up Genzo.
Even a hint of sedition is enough to seal your doom. Watch carefully, you humans.
As Arlong holds up Genzo.
Let this be a lesson to you all.
As he prepares to slam Genzo head first, then all of a sudden we get cartoonish villains. Yes, but even for cartoonish villains, the villains in 4 Kids One Piece were incredibly childish, even by those standards. But then, before Arlong can do anything, we hear, "Exploding Star!" And then Arlong is engulfed in an explosion. And Genzo falls almost harmlessly to the ground. What was that? Lord Arlong! Look up there! Someone's on the roof! Who are you?
I'm the fearless warrior of the sea, Captain Usopp!
And Usopp is up there on the top of the roof, having saved Genzo, but his knees are just shaking extremely. Usopp? Doesn't ring a bell. Him! Who is that guy?
They call me Usopp the Demon King, and kings tremble at the name. Flee now and live! I have 8,000 hardened killers behind me!
Lord Arlong, it's him! The stranger that got away! And then Arlong gets up, relatively unscathed from being... gets up and he's relatively unscathed from Usopp's exploding star.
I don't care if you have 80,000. I'll paper my walls with your hides!
Oh, they're not running! The exploding star didn't work!
He's just a human. A puny, worthless human! And he dared to attack me!
And then it cuts to Arlong, who just runs over to the building where Usopp is standing on, and he picks up the entire building from its foundation. And Usopp, who's holding on for dear life, just goes, "Ah!" Then it cuts to the merfolk who are there with Arlong, the fishmen who are there with Arlong. Lord Arlong, wait! Are you gonna destroy another village?
Please, boss, there ain't no profit in that. Aye, we've already lost a tribute from Gosa.
We'll find new villages to tap. We are the master race!
I know another group of individuals who saw themselves as the master race. It didn't end well for them.
He'll wreck the whole village!
As it shows Arlong picking up that same building Usopp was on and then smashing it into the ground.
He'll wreck the whole village! That jerk!
Goes Nojiko.
Help! I'm gonna die! I'm gonna die!
He's alive!
After him! Don't let him get away!
Catch him and beat him to a pulp!
As it cuts to the fishmen holding back Arlong to keep him from destroying the entire village because your boy is angry. Let's get him back to Arlong Park before he upends the whole village. And then it cuts to another individual who goes, "We'll be back. You got lucky this time." And then the fishermen walk off, and then Genzo and the rest of the citizens are just right there. And then it cuts to Usopp, who's screaming his head off as he's running away from the fishermen chasing him. Ah! Stop, human!
Usopp's Egg-Star!
And Usopp shoots an egg in the face of one of the fishermen.
Yuck, a rotten egg! It works. Human scum!
And then Usopp just keeps he just keeps screaming. Human scum! Then it cuts to a little time later, as we cut back to the village. Mr. Genzo, you need a doctor. I'll be alright. Sorry I caused so much trouble. But you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, those fishmen are a bunch of loonies.
But who is that young man? A friend of yours, Genzo? I've never seen him before. And then it cuts to someone going,
Hi, neighbors.
and everyone looks, and it's Nami. And then everyone just coldly looks at Nami and just ignores her. Nami. And they just give her the cold shoulder. They turn their backs to her, and then everyone goes back to their homes, and they just slam the door in her face. And then it cuts to Nami walking through the park. And then she walks up on Genzo and Nojiko.
What's this? What are you doing here in broad daylight? I heard a ruckus. It was Arlong, huh?
And Genzo doesn't say anything. And then it cuts to some time later as Nami sits in front of apparently a grave.
7 million berries to go. The whole town hates you, you know.
As Nojiko is talking to Nami.
Yeah, well, I'm a pirate, but Arlong understands money. He'll be true to our bargain, and it won't be long before I have what I need. I'm going to get that 100 million berries, whatever it takes, and buy this village.
Then it cuts to Arlong Park, where Zoro was apparently being held, before Nami freed him. And he's just there as someone says, I could walk out of here now, but I have a mission to accomplish. I promised Luffy I'd bring that girl back. She's definitely up to something fishy. This could get dicey. As apparently, Zoro has beaten up every single fishman that was there at Arlong Park currently. Mind you, Arlong and his entourage still haven't returned to Arlong Park. But Zoro is strong enough to take down all of these fishmen on his own. And he's sitting in Arlong's chair. She's definitely up to something. This could get dicey. And that is the end of Chapter 72. We got an SBS, and then we can move on to Chapter 73. Question. Sensei, Zeph's mustache braids won't stop growing. Please tell me how to make them stop. Answer. Don't worry. Sit back and enjoy Question Corner. Question. Dear Oda-sensei, I always enjoy One Piece very much. By the way, in the third panel on page 8 of Volume 7, there seems to be some writing on the knife that Sanji is holding, but I can't make out what it says. What's written there? Please tell me. And then answer. You couldn't read it because I wrote it so that no one could read it. Still, I'm impressed that you spotted it. I'll confess, I did in fact write Fist of the North Star. It's a great manga that I was crazy about in elementary school. Do you know it? Question. One day I was seized by a sudden urge to participate in the SBS Question Corner. So please read this. Oda-sensei, are you crap crazy? You have Sanji say it an awful lot. Answer. Heavens, what a filthy, nasty word. I'm embarrassed to even read it. Please stop. Question. When reading Usopp's tale, Mary's words moved me so that I unexpectedly found myself crying like a strong man, even though I'm a girl. The tears ran down my cheeks and got in my mouth. Know what they tasted like? Answer. Ice cream? Question. I heard that Sanji's favorite snack is cake. Answer. It is? And that's the end of the SBS. Onwards to Chapter 79, Monsters of the Grand Line. Buggy's crew after the battle. Part 26, sorry to keep you waiting. And with that, the individuals that were standing in the last cover story was in fact Buggy, Kabaji, Moji, and still this unknown woman that's traveling with Buggy. But Buggy is fully assembled with all of his parts once again. Arlong Park front entrance, and it cuts to Hachi, who is just out there fishing. Dum-dee-dum-dum, it's almost ready. It's almost ready. Hey, Momo, it's time to eat. And then Hachi uses his elongated mouth to, toot to get the attention of this Momu creature. And we just see the shadow of it in a cave, and it starts moving, and it's sniffing food. And then Zoro, who's still on the inside of Arlong Park, because apparently Hachi has no idea that Zoro just beat up all the fishmen inside the park. He's just out there fishing. But this creature makes its way out of the water, still in shadow, and other creatures, including sharks, like tiger sharks, I want to say they're striped sharks, they give it a wide berth, with Zoro going, "Was that a trumpet?"
Something's wrong. Where is he? Momo just loves roast pig. Did he already eat? Maybe I should eat it.
What's with the trumpet?
Who are you? I'm Hachan, but call me Hachi.
Are you a fishman too?
Of course, I'm a cuddly octopus fishman. But you look human. You a Navy man? A guest?
A guess. Yeah, that's it.
But Lord Arlong isn't here right now.
No, he's not. You know where he went?
There's some long-nosed stranger running around. That's our second stranger today. Arlong went to Cocoa Village to capture him.
Must be Usopp. I better go help him. How do I get to Cocoa Village?
Get in. You're a guest, right? I'll take you.
It's a good thing he did as well, because Zoro has such a horrible sense of direction that he would have immediately gotten lost the moment he went out of the gate. And then it cuts to someone screaming. What's with him? And it's Luffy and Sanji, because they're still with Yosaku. They haven't met up and sailed to Arlong Park or Cocoa Village yet. But someone's screaming. What's with him? Big. Ah! And it cuts to Yosaku screaming as Luffy and company are directly in front of a giant sea creature that looks like a cow.
Sea monster! Ah!
No roast pig here.
Momu, the sea cow, heavy combat beast of the Arlong pirates.
Look at all that beef!
A huge swimming cow, or is it a hippo?
What's that doing in the East Blue?
And then it cuts to Momu, who's smelling the food on the Luffy and their ship.
That's a grand line monster!
And then Momo starts smelling their food.
It's after our food!
What? Goes Luffy, because you know you can't mess with this dude and his food.
It's after our food!
What?
Give it to him quick! He'll swamp us!
Come, pistol! And without hesitation, Luffy punches Momo directly in the face because he's all like, "You ain't getting my food!" But he punches Momo instantly. "Keep your flippers off our food!"
You did it, Brother Luffy! Good job!
And then Momu gets up and roars.
No! You just made it mad!
Then I'll give it a fresh one! And then it cuts to Sanji, who kicks both Luffy and Yosaku in the head. "Stupid fools, don't attack that poor hungry creature! It's probably injured and can't forage for itself. That must be it."
What a heart!
And then Momu looks confused as Sanji offers him up some food. "Here, fella, eat up." And then Momo looks. It cuts to Sanji, who's trying to feed Momu, but Momu looks like he's trying to bite Sanji, and then immediately it tried to not only eat the food, but eat Sanji as well. And then Sanji returns and kicks Momu in the face. "Why you?" And then it cuts to Yosaku.
What was that for?
"That stupid cow tried to eat me along with the food." Then it cuts to Momu, who's bearing down on the ship again.
It's coming! It's gonna sink us!
"Okay, then let me handle this." And then Sanji runs up the height of the ship and jumps up in front of Momo and goes, "Collier?" Collier is the French term for neck meat. "Collier, cool!" And then with one massive kick to Momu's neck, lands a solid hit directly on him, sending blood shooting out of Momu's mouth. "Collier, cool!" "Stupid hippo." "Whoa!" And then it shows Momu falling backwards back into the ocean.
Hooray! Let's eat!
I worked up an appetite.
These guys are crazy.
Yosaku! Tea!
Tea!
Yosaku! Tea!
Tea!
Okay. Then it cuts back to Hachi as he's speaking to Zoro.
We're here. This is Cocoa Village. Lord Arlong should be here.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Bye. What a strange fish, man. That saw nose is around here somewhere, so I better find our long nose. And then it cuts to someone screaming,
What's this? What happened here? Brothers!
as it cuts to Arlong, who shows up to find every single one of the fishmen that Zoro beat up, all lying all over the place. Now, we already seen what happens when Arlong thinks that there's people gathering weapons to, rise up against the fishman. But imagine how livid he's going to be seeing his brothers that he sees better than everyone else, all lying unconscious all over in his own personal park, no less.
What happened here? Brothers!
And then it cuts to one of the fishermen going, Roronoa, Zoro!
The pirate hunter? Has he come for my head?
He didn't come. We brought him. He was our captive, the one in the sash. That was Zoro!
What?
And then it cuts to some fishmen who are walking in, going, we got him. And this dude keeps smacking his lips because it's a fishman with big lips, and he keeps smacking his lips. We got him. Wanna cut his throat? It'll cheer you up.
In the mood I'm in right now, I don't know.
Right! Well, then I'll be going. It was very nice to meet you, all of you. You take care now.
Hold on. What happened here?
Huh? Was it Zoro?
But how did he get free? Lord Arlong, maybe Nami smuggled him in here just to take your head.
Nami?
Yeah, Nami's attitude was strange today. Aye, she did save Zoro when he jumped in the water.
And betrayal is Nami's specialty.
Shut up! How dare you accuse me? You're raving like madmen. Nami, are you really? 8 years ago, I sealed in my oath of loyalty with this tattoo. I almost have the amount agreed upon in our deal. I won't do anything to ruin things now.
Because Nami showed up and she's right there, trying to reprimand everybody.
Darn that Zoro, meddling where he's not wanted.
Forgive me. I was wrong to doubt you. You have every right to be outraged. We got a bit excited. Of course we trust you. Now let's exterminate Roronoa, Zoro, and this bilge rat.
As Arlong has his arm around Usopp and has a neck to his throat.
Wait! Help me!
And then Nami just watches on. And then it cuts to Zoro, who's speaking to the citizens, going, What? Usopp's in Arlong Park? Yeah, he was just captured.
Blast! I missed him.
Then it cuts back to Luffy and his company as they made Momu. For a while, I always thought it was Momo, but they made Momu tow their ship.
Yeah! Yippee! Faster! Faster! Take us to Arlong Park, cow!
And that is the end of chapter 73. Onwards to chapter 74. But before that, another SBS. Question, Oda-sensei. This is spirit, right? Pen name Arunya. And it's a kanji for the word spirit. Answer, yes, you show true spirit. Then, another question. Nobunaga, if the cuckoo won't sing, kill it. Hideyoshi, if the cuckoo won't sing, make it sing. Ieyasu, if the cuckoo won't sing, wait until it does. These haiku captured the philosophies of 3 men who wanted to rule Japan. What would yours be? Oda, if the cuckoo won't sing, buy me a colt. Question, I went to the barber shop and said I want a manly haircut. The barber said, okay, and shaved all my hair off. It wasn't at all what I had in mind. Sensei, do I have what it takes to be like Zoro? Please tell me. Answer, don't cry, stand up. There are some battles in which a man must retreat. So what if he shaved your head? When your hair grows back, challenge that barber again. Think of it as a rematch. Though personally, I wouldn't do it. And then Oda just starts laughing. Chapter 74, Business. Buggy's crew after the battle. Part 27, Parade. And it shows Buggy, along with this woman, and Kabaji and Moji mopping up the floor with the rest of the Kumite tribe as they try to, wave a white flag. He's like, we surrender, we surrender! But we cut back to Arlong holding his knife to Usopp's throat.
The bounty on my head is 20 million berries, the highest in the East Blue. A reward that huge would tempt any bounty hunter. So where is Roronoa Zoro hiding? He slaughtered my men while I was out. That's underhanded and rude.
I don't know. I don't have anything to do with Zoro. Help!
Don't lie. You're after Lord Arlong's head, too. You're beyond saving now, anyway.
Zoro's my friend. If you touch me, you'll be sorry. He'll come here and kill you all.
Impressive flip-flop.
So if I kill you, Zoro will come here?
No, you shouldn't kill me. If you leave me alive, then Zoro will come to save me. In fact, if you kill me, Zoro will never come here. Come on, Nami, say something.
What's the matter, Nami? You've gone pale.
You still don't trust me, eh?
I know you too well. You're a crafty one.
If I don't allay their suspicions, they'll kill me too. No way. Why did you have to follow me? I was so close to achieving my goal. You disgust me, Nami. You are a witch woman. Luffy's a fool. Even after you fled, he still believed in you. He trusts you completely, even now. How could you deceive a guy like that? The only thing I believe in is money. Luffy was stupid to trust me so easily. Have you no heart?
And then something explodes out of the water. And it's Hachi.
Hey, what's all the hubbub? Huh? Lord Arlong, you're back. Welcome home, sir. What happened here?
This is the work of Zoro the Pirate Hunter. Where have you been, Hachi? If you'd been here, you might have stopped him.
Of course, I'd never let anyone kill my mates. I would have scuppered that blasted pirate hunter.
Then you didn't see Zoro.
No, the only one I saw was some swordsman I didn't know.
That was him! Hachi, you idiot! And then Hachi's all like, I love the face faults.
That was him! Hachi, you idiot!
Where did he go?
Where did he go?
I told him over to Cocoa Village.
You told him?
But he said he was Lord Arlong's guest, so I took him there. I didn't think you'd be back so soon.
There's no need to look for him, 'cause he's looking for me.
Is Zoro nuts? He's got no reason to tangle with these freaks.
Then it cuts to Nami.
I've got to get those fools out of the way.
So who's that?
He's Zoro's crewmate. He thinks a mere human can defy the glorious fishman.
And then it cuts to Nami, who takes her staff out of her clothes, like, from the front of her clothes. I know where she was keeping that staff, but I will not say so because I want my streams to still be monetized. But she takes her staff out and slaps Usopp in the face with it.
Nami!
So, you want to fight? You're in the way. You shouldn't have attacked Arlong. It was my mistake that brought you here. But every place has its own rules. Everything was going smoothly, but you guys are about to ruin 8 years of work.
And then, okay, here we go. I almost skipped a page.
So I should be the one to eliminate you. Eliminate? Don't make me laugh. I'm not so soft that a little girl could take me out.
She's become quite piratical.
Kill him, Nami! Beware, Usopp. Here, I'm not the Nami you know. I'm not the Nami you knew. This is my chance. If I don't make a move now, I'll never escape. Death blow! Smoke star!
Yeah, a smoke bomb?
Surround him! Don't let him escape! So predictable. I'll make my escape across the water!
And then it cuts to Usopp, who's preparing to dive into the ocean. And then someone appears behind him.
Huh? Just the sort of thing you'd think of.
And then Nami proceeds to backhand Usopp. Well, hit him backwards with her staff and knocks him backwards. And then she takes a knife and as she prepares to stab Usopp and goes,
Ah, stop!
and Nami appears to stab Usopp, and you even see blood shoot out.
Nami, you... It's business. I had no choice.
And then every time.
It's business. I had no choice.
And then it cuts to Usopp, who's looking at his hand where it's covered in blood, and then we see the knife come out of Usopp. Well, we see the knife be pulled back, and there's blood on it. And Usopp falls backwards.
Die quietly.
Excellent work, Nami!
You're an indispensable part of Arlong's pirate crew.
And then it cuts to Usopp, who looks like he's who is appearing to lay in his pool of his own blood, and Johnny, who saw the whole thing.
No! This is terrible. Brother Usopp, killed by Sister Nami. This can't be happening.
There better not be another... No, there isn't. I was about to say, there better not be another security tab in this.
This is what you wanted, wasn't it? To die at sea?
I was wrong to doubt you, Nami. You're on our team.
Team? I have no team. I joined this crew for one reason. To earn 100 million berries and buy Cocoa Village back from you. This is business.
You betrayed your fellow villagers. You betrayed your family. You don't believe in anything but money. So I always wondered why someone like you would be so interested in a shabby little village like that one. That is, until I found this in your room.
And it cuts to this fishman holding up something in front of Nami.
That's my...
Eh? What's that?
Your what?
You look upset, Nami. This is an old treasure map. It's of this island and the X marks Cocoa Village.
Hidden treasure! A mountain of gold! Let me see that!
Give it back. It belongs to Nami.
Goes Arlong to the rest of his pirate crew. Rest of his fishman crew.
You had no right. This is mine. I'm sick of your suspicions. All I care about is buying that village. You won't go back on our deal, will you?
Of course not. I'd slit my belly before I'd break a promise. That's the kind of fishman I am.
That's the Arlong I know. That's the Arlong I know.
Ugh, Lord Arlong.
And it cuts to her knife that's still bloodied from her stabbing Usopp.
She's a strange woman. Ha 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 ha! She's a splendid woman!
Then it cuts to Johnny, who's still outside of Arlong Park, seeing all this stuff happen.
I gotta tell Brother Zoro. Zoro, Nami is a witch.
Then it cuts to Luffy and company. I can see Arlong Park! Don't give up yet, Hippo! Your kick really took it out of him. Hey, to the left! It's that building! We're gonna crash into the ocean! We're gonna crash into the shore! Goes Yosaku. Yeah! Luffy, Yosaku, and Johnny. Then there's a crash sound as Zoro's running in one direction.
Huh? What was that?
And that's Zoro at this moment, as the narration says. And that is the end of Chapter 74. Onwards to Chapter 75. But first, another SPS. Question. That's the kind of Sanji I like. Answer. What kind? They really didn't elaborate in the question. Question. Ona-sensei, it's terrible. My friend has caught the dreaded I'll die without a snack disease. What will cure it? Hurry or he'll die. Answer. Don't panic. Get a firm grip on yourself. It'll be okay. Keep your cool. Calm down. Good. Next question. Question. How many fats is Alvida's fatness? Whiz, crack, ah. And then answer. Oh, please, get out of here. Question. What do you call the pistols used in One Piece? They don't look like matchlocks. Answer. They are actually flintlocks. Flint is a rock that makes a spark when it strikes metal. Think of it as one step above a matchlock. So you got the examples of when you pull the trigger, the hammer falls and the flint hits the striking surface and knocks it out of the way, sending sparks into the flash pan, and bang! A flintlock has to be reloaded after every shot, so pirates sometimes carry 5 or 6 of them. However, in the world of One Piece, some have been modified to fire repeatedly. Scary, huh? Yeah, here's the thing. In the world of One Piece, and this isn't a spoiler or anything, this is just a casual fact. In the world of One Piece, there's no such thing as reloading. Have we ever seen anyone ever reload in One Piece? We see them shoot. We never see them reload. We see them run out of bullets, but we never see them actually loading ammunition into a gun. We never see it. Everyone has, and I can't say they have infinite bullets because there have been moments where guns have in fact run out, but sometimes it varies. Sometimes you have infinite bullets, and sometimes you don't. It depends on the plot. Sparks ignite the gunpowder, and the bullet shoots off with a bang. And that's the end of SBS. Chapter 75 of Maps and Fishmen. Buggy's crew after the battle, the final episode, Oh Captain, My Captain, as it shows Buggy, who's fully reunited with his crew. His crew is now praising him and celebrating that he's returned, and the Buggy Pirates are once again the Buggy Pirates. Interesting. Well, that Buggy's crew story is now over with, but it cuts to the story where Momu dives into the ocean and sends the ship that Luffy, Yosaku and Sanji were in, their boat goes sailing in.
What was that? I heard a loud noise coming from the port. Ah!
As it shows Luffy and company flying into the distance, and it apparently Momu was moving so fast that apparently it wasn't paying attention, that it slammed its head into the shore and it slowly starts to sink underwater. You remember old movies where people shot from the hip and didn't reload? Yeah, those ludicrous action movies where guns were apparently had infinite clips. All that changed when John Wick showed up. And then it showed everyone that, I like movies where you run out of ammo and you don't have unlimited because it makes it unrealistic and ruins the immersion. John Wick changed everything. But it shows Momu sinking into the ocean after slamming its head into the shore bank.
Wow, we're flying! We've been sent flying, fool! We're falling!
We're gonna crash! And as they get closer and closer to the trees, everyone's hanging on for dear life.
Ah!
And then they crash onto the ground and they start skidding across the ground. Hey, we're on the ground!
But we're still going!
What a racket. Did a bomb hit the island? But forget that. If I don't hurry, Usopp's gonna be killed.
And as Zoro runs past a patch of trees, the very same ship that Luffy and his company were sailing in comes barreling through the trees and right in front of Zoro. Hey, Zoro! Brother!
Luffy?
And then... There's my bookmark. Hold on. I'm sneezing too much. I'm sneezing way too much. Wow. I'll be right back. I gotta clear my nose real quick so I can keep reading. Good Lord. Good lord! I don't think I've ever sneezed that often during a read-through or a reaction. I had to take care of that. I am so sorry, everyone. But it cuts to Zoro and company running. It cuts to Zoro, who's just like, Luffy! And then there's just like a big crash as we see the ship skid across the ground into another section of the forest. What the heck are you guys doing?
What? What? We came to bring Nami back. Have you found her yet? Where are Usopp and Johnny?
You okay? And it cuts to Yosaku, who's just upside down in the wreckage of the ship that they just came in on. Usopp. Oh no, there's no time to chat. There's no time to chat.
Huh? What's wrong?
Arlong has Usopp. If I don't get to him quick, he'll be,
Usopp's dead!
Usopp's dead! And then it cuts to Zoro, who looks, and it's Johnny. You're too late. Brother Usopp's been killed by Sister Nami! And everyone there just hears this in utter shock. Cocoa Village, west end of the island.
Something took a chunk out of the shoreline here.
But there's no sign of a battle, not even the smell of gunpowder.
What happened?
And it's all the citizens of Cocoa Village trying to find out what it is. Look! Isn't that a Navy ship?
Never seen one like that before. It ain't from around here. Hey, lady! The kid from Gosa?
It's Choba!
You see a Navy ship? That one? The government sent it to Gosa. It's coming to fetch us.
To fetch you?
Yeah, the surviving village elders managed to get a message to the government.
And then someone is going,
so that's the infamous Arlong Park. When a low dog of a pirate sets himself up as a warlord, it's the end of civilization.
That's for sure, Commodore Puddin'.
Now listen, men. Our job is to safely evacuate the surviving villages of Gosa, which Arlong's pirates destroyed. However, having seen the stronghold of this pirate, will our honor allow us to leave it intact?
No, sir! And that says all of the Marines who are on this ship.
Navy Base 77.
Aye, my lord.
A new face. Tell him not to try any funny business. Somebody go parlay with that hotshot. If he won't pay $2 million, kill him.
They fired on us! Incoming! Take cover, Lord Arlong! And it shows a cannonball going right towards Arlong, and he just simply opens his mouth. And then he bites down and destroys the cannonball with his teeth. He literally catches the cannonball in his mouth and just chomps on it and destroys it. Doesn't even move from its chair.
He chewed up the cannonball like it was candy.
What chompers?
The parlay?
Never mind. To battle!
And then all of the all the fishmen go, you get prepared to go do battle with the Marines out there. And then it cuts to that one fishman with the big lips. Wait, brothers. No need to send an army to clean up a bit of trash. He keeps making that smack sound. That smack sound. Chew, officer, Arlong's pirates, a kisser fishman. That explains why he keeps making the kissy face sound, the smooch sound. That explains it. A kisser fishman. Okay. All right.
We'll take care of him.
And there's Hachi, and then we have,
what foolish humans to pick a fight with us in our home waters.
Korubi, officer, Arlong pirates, a ray fishman. So we got the names of these two individuals along with Hachi. Chu and Korubi.
Those three will give them a fight like they've never seen.
Them Navy blokes won't last 3 minutes.
Most peculiar.
Commodore, the shell we fired didn't explode.
Fire another one. Show them we mean business. We have to teach these scoundrels to respect our authority. But the fishmen are ferocious fighters.
Aye, aye, Commodore, put in. And then it cuts to Chu, who flies up in the air. Firing cannon! Belay that. Water cannon! And Chu spits water at this Marine with such force that it goes straight through his body. It's Arlong's pirates! Get him! Cut him down! Halt! Halt! Stay where you are! And then it cuts to Commodore Puddin' who's basically a dude that has his hair pulled up in different twisties in different sections, like loop twists on the front of his head, on the sides, and even his beard is styled to be in loops. I am Commodore Puddin' of Navy Base 77. We are an elite fighting unit, feared throughout the seas. If you lay down and before Puddin' can say anything, Chu just guns him down with another water cannon. Commodore! He shot the Commodore! Seize him! The ship will be... And then it cuts to the ship as it's shaking as someone goes, the ship be shattering! There's a fishman under us! And it's Karubi who's ripping off the rudder of the ship. We've just removed your rudder, and a rudderless ship belongs on the bottom.
I have to move this reef. Here goes.
And it cuts to Hachi, who's underwater, who's moving an entire reef section underwater. He's just moving it. What are you blackguards doing? I'll punch a few holes in her. Ray power! And then the ship shakes again from Karubi apparently punching it. Then it cuts to Chu. Here's a riddle for you. If you take a big reef and put it in a strong current, what do you get? What?
This is the spot.
And then it cuts to Hachi, who moves the reef to a certain section. Ah! A maelstrom! It can't be! We can't steer! We'll be sucked under! So Hachi moves an entire reef underwater to cause a maelstrom, basically a giant whirlpool, to start to form underneath the ship. But they were coming to rescue us.
But they were coming to rescue us.
As it shows the ship being pulled underwater, crew and all, never to be seen again. They just die. All of them are dead. They just basically die. They just get pulled underwater. It's like seeing a ship being pulled underwater by the Kraken in Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. That's essentially what it was. But it was just instant.
But they were coming to rescue us. This is our reality. Nobody can escape Arlong's control.
I hope we didn't cause you too much trouble,
goes Arlong. What? In the seas around here, we control everything, from the winds to the ocean depths. That was child's play for us.
With the maps Nami makes and our powers, no one can stop us.
You never seen a pirate that does kiss sounds while he talks? Look, I didn't notice it either during that time, and I believe it was omitted during 4Kids, so it never really dawned on me. But him doing kiss sounds every time he finishes a sentence is just another example of verbal tics, verbal vocabulary tics in the series, which you will see so much more of.
With the maps Nami makes and our powers, no one can stop us.
Yes, for Arlong's empire, Nami is indispensable.
But if Nami gets that 100 million berries, and then she and her village will be free. That's the deal, ain't it? Goes, Chu to Arlong.
That's the deal, and I die before I break my word.
And then it cuts back to Luffy. You take that back, or I'll send you flying! Stop it, Luffy. Stop it, Luffy. It's not Johnny's fault. He's talking crazy. There's no way Nami would kill Usopp. She's our shipmate. If you don't believe me, if you don't want to believe it, fine. But I saw it with my own eyes. Nami, goes Zoro.
Who's your shipmate, Luffy?
Someone says, who's your shipmate, Luffy? And it apparently might be Nami who's standing in front of him. But that's the end of chapter 75. Onwards to chapter 76. But before that, another SBS. Question. Hey, Mr. Oda, sit down. I know you want to see your own profile, but be careful. You could break your neck. Value your life more, and shame on you for having to be told by someone younger than yourself. Repent. Dismissed. Answer. You're right. I'm sorry. because Otis said that to someone earlier in one previous OBS as well. At least the last part was just repent and dismiss. Question. I tried that thing in your note of Volume 7 about trying to see your own face in profile with only one mirror, and I sprained my neck. The doctor asked me how it happened. I didn't know what to tell him. Answer. Then you're one of us. Question. Hello, I had this bottle of wine and I thought, what country is this from? I looked at the label and it said dry, full body. I was a little surprised, but also pleased. That's the origin of the name of Lieutenant Fullbody's name, isn't it? Don't deny it. Yeah, Lieutenant Fullbody's name is basically play on words on how people would describe wine. And seeing as how Fullbody prided himself as a wine connoisseur, or a sommelier, if you will, that's just an inspiration of how his name came to be. Answer. I won't. That's exactly it. I don't drink much alcohol, so I don't know a lot about wine, but it seems that the depth of flavor is called body. Strong wines aged for a long time are said to have full body. Lighter wines are said to have medium or light body. And that's where Lieutenant Fullbody's name comes from. Question. Where was Geen hiding that weapon? Was it down there? Or what? Answer. What? Are you insinuating that the weapon was hidden between Geen's legs? He wouldn't do a thing like that. Geen's fans are going to be mad at you, and he's very popular. And that is the end of SBS. Chapter 76, Sleep.
Why'd you come here?
As it shows Nami standing in front of everyone.
What do you mean? You're our shipmate. We came to get you. What a nuisance. Shipmate? Don't make me laugh. You're a bunch of pathetic misfits.
Nami! Nami, it's me! Don't you remember? Come back to us!
You stay out of this. You'll complicate the story. So, love is always a hurricane.
Wow. We did not hear this from a certain individual we'll see later in the story. It's Sanji who said it first. Interesting. I won't elaborate on who I'm referring to for those who are just experiencing this story for the first time, but this isn't the first or last time we'll hear this phrase.
So, love is always a hurricane. I'm telling you, this woman is a witch. In order to get her meat hooks on some hidden treasure, she joined Arlong's pirates. She butchers people like pigs. She was rotten from the start. She made fools of us all, brothers. I saw this witch stab Brother Usopp to death with my own eyes.
So what? You want to kill me?
What?
Right now, Arlong is out to kill Roronoa Zoro and his crew, because Zoro had to go and do something stupid.
You may have monstrous powers, but you're no match for...
You may have monstrous powers, but you're no match for a real monster.
That's nothing to us. Where's Usopp?
Usopp's feeding the fishes.
Cut the crap!
And then it cuts to Sanji, who tries to kick Zoro. Mind you, this is the first animosity between Sanji and Zoro, to the level where Sanji almost tries to hit Zoro. So this is where it begins.
Cut the crap!
And then cuts to Sanji goes,
You're the one who better cut the crap! What kind of swordsman attacks a young lady, Zoro? Stay out of this, you love-struck fool.
Huh. After your humiliating defeat, it's no wonder you're in a foul mood.
What? Hold your tongue, or I'll send your head flying. Try it. You can barely stand.
Brothers, this is no time to be arguing. This is a catastrophe. He's right. If you want to fight each other, then sail somewhere far away and do it. We don't like outsiders sticking their noses in our business. I only pretended to be your friend to get my hands on your loot. Now you're broke, so our friendship is finished. Take your boat back, find yourselves a navigator, and go look for your stupid One Piece. Now get lost! I'm sick of the sight of you! Goodbye.
And then Nami's just standing there.
Nami.
And then Luffy just suddenly falls backwards.
Brother Luffy!
Good night.
And Luffy's just asleep. He just falls to sleep standing up. He just goes like... And then he just suddenly falls asleep.
Good night!
Now? In the middle of the road?
I don't want to leave this island. Those fish heads don't scare me. Now I'm a little sleepy. So I'm gonna take a nap.
Huh?
Suit yourself! It's your funeral!
You guys aren't no, and then time passes, and then it cuts to Johnny going, "You guys aren't normal. That woman's evil. She murdered Brother Usopp. Now Arlong is looking for us.
Why should we stay here? I'm with Johnny.
We've been mates for a short time, but our paths split here. I don't fancy being slaughtered by Arlong. Farewell then.
We'll see you around.
Good luck, brothers." Same to you. And both Yosaku and Johnny just leave. Then it cuts to Usopp, who's alive and fine, walking through Cocoa Village.
If she was a witch to the core, she wouldn't have saved me.
And then it cuts to Nami the moment she stabbed Usopp, but it turns out that the blood that was on the knife was not Usopp's, but hers, because she purposely stabs herself in the hand to make it seem like she stabbed Usopp.
Nami, you... It's business. I had no choice.
And it shows Nami stabbing herself in the hand in the midst of all the smoke that Usopp kicked up with his smoke bomb star.
If Nami hadn't done what she did, Arlong would have killed me for sure. That octopus man said he took Zoro to Cocoa Village. I gotta find Zoro or... Wait, Zoro was looking for Arlong. Could he have gone to storm Arlong Park? Darn!
And then Usopp starts taking off. Once again,
I gotta find Zoro! Please don't let Zoro get to Arlong Park before I find him!
And then it cuts to Sanji and company as they're just kicking back and relaxing.
Hey,
Yeah?
could Nami really have killed Usopp?
I told her she wasn't really a witch woman. Maybe she decided to prove me wrong.
Witch woman?
And then, Sanji, he doesn't like it when dudes insult women in any way.
Hey, is that you, Zoro? Great! Hey, you haven't gone to Arlong Park yet!
And then, as Usopp gets in between Zoro, he gets to Zoro, Sanji tries to kick Zoro for calling Nami a witch woman, and then Zoro blocks, but they all wind up hitting Usopp on either side of his face.
Nami isn't a witch woman!
Ugh.
Can't you do anything but kick?
Yo, Ozzy, we are on chapter 76 of this. Yeah, we're on chapter 76, Sleep, of volume 9. And it's getting juicy.
Nami isn't a witch woman!
But he winds up kicking Usopp in the face, and Zoro goes to block Sanji, but he winds up blocking and lodging Usopp's face in between.
Can't you do anything but kick?
Huh?
He's alive.
Unless you just killed him. Then it cuts back to Nochiko's place as she's putting tangerines in a basket.
Huh? Oh no.
Wrecking that, and then she hears something going on in the house.
Wrecking the house again, Nami? What's wrong? Nothing. I just need some rest. I've had it with your tantrums. Try resting without breaking things for a change. Why are you staring at that treasure map? You promised to tell me everything, remember? Something happened that made me mad, that's all. Those guys? Just who are they? You met them? I met the captain. His story struck me as a little colorful. I see. So those guys came to fetch you.
And it cuts to Nami's hand, which is bloody from her stabbing in it.
No wonder you're in the wrecking mood. Shipmates, friends.
And then it cuts to Nami, who's just fast asleep right now.
For this girl, that's the most painful word there is. Usopp! Did Nami do this to you?
Actually, it was Zoro and me.
It was you.
Luffy, you came!
Yeah.
I'm here too, buddy.
I'll get you for this, Sanji! But first, Nami, she saved my life! She's got some ulterior motive for being with those fishmen. That's what I think. It's no use. You'll never defeat Arlong. Nojiko! Who's that? Nami's older sister.
Nami's sister? No wonder she's so beautiful. No use. How come?
I'm asking you to leave and forget you were ever here.
Nojiko thinks she's met the captain, all because Usopp calls himself Captain Usopp. The lies. Oh, the lies. The moment Usopp introduces himself as Captain Usopp, he's already lying. Every time, because he ain't no captain. I mean, he used to be a captain, but he disbanded his own pirate crew, so he can't be a captain no more. You can't be a captain no more. Don't you know? I'm sorry. Let me continue.
I'm asking you to leave and forget you were ever here. I'll explain everything, but you must leave this island.
And then it cuts to someone.
A Navy ship? Beached?
It's from Navy Base 16.
Looks like after what happened to Base 77's ship, the Navy decided to take action.
And it's Commander Nezumi. No, Captain. It's Captain Nezumi.
I am Captain Nezumi of Naval Base 16. Where's Genzo, the head man of Cocoa Village?
I'm Genzo, Captain.
Of course. Where can I find the woman named Nami?
And that is the end of Chapter 76. Another SBS and then Chapter 77. Question. Hey you, Nami lover from Volume 7. Wanna fight? I definitely love Nami more than you do, times 100. But I like you too. Am I crazy? Let's be friends! Answer. You sound confused. Nami lover from Volume 7. Be his friend, okay? Question. In the SBS question corner in Volume 7, it said that Sanji is 19, but my friend and I discussed it and we think that's a lie. How old is he really? And then Oda answers, I'm sorry if you think it's a lie, but it's true. True, I tell you! If Oda says this person is this age, they are that age. Don't know at the time why they thought he was just lying. How you gonna tell an author who created these characters that he's lying about the age of characters after he says the age of the characters? Just saying. Question. Why did Red Shoes Zeph eat his right foot? Wouldn't it have been smarter to eat his left foot? Answer. That's wrong, actually. The plant foot is the foundation of a strong kick. How could you kick a ball with your right foot if you had no left foot to stand on? You couldn't. Ask a friend who plays soccer. A good hard kick depends on the foot that supports your weight. Interesting. Didn't know that. Question. Stand at attention, Oda-sensei. Put your pen down. Stop writing manga. I have a question. My older brother and I take turns buying One Piece graphic novels, but we've ended up with 2 copies of Volume 5. What should we do? You are permitted to pick up your pen if you were listening. Answer. Let's see. Why don't you buy 5 more copies of Volume 5? Then the fact that you bought 2 copies will seem like no big deal and you'll just laugh it off. Can I pick up my pen now? Question. Luffy needs a musician for his crew. But why hasn't he come to my house? Is it because I don't live near the ocean? Or is it because I'm actually an alien from outer space? Or is it because my feet stink? Answer. It's the feet. Well, that's it for the SBS question corner until the next volume. Oda's all like, okay, it's time to end it here. Chapter 77, The First Step Towards a Dream. I don't care. I'm not interested in her past. I'm going for a walk.
What? You really don't want to hear this?
Nope, I'll pass. And then Luffy just walks off.
What's with him?
Don't worry about him. He's quirky. We'll listen to your story, though I doubt we'll learn much.
Especially since you're asleep.
And then Zoro just immediately starts sawing logs.
Hey, you said you listen!
Well,
I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Me too, goes Sanji. And then Zoro's just fast asleep. And Luffy just walks off. He's just taking a walk.
No wonder Nami's having a hard time.
Then it cuts to Nami, who wakes up.
I must have dozed off. Nojiko? Where'd she go?
And then she looks over and she sees the tangerines and thinks,
Soon, Belmare. Soon it will all return. Cocoa Village, the tangerine groves, and my dream.
As it cuts to her looking at her map, and then we cut to a flashback.
Let me go! It's just one book!
There are hundreds here.
There are hundreds here!
Of course, it's a bookstore, you silly kid. But that doesn't give you a license to steal. How many times do I have to tell you?
Genzo, 8 years ago.
We're poor, we don't have money for books. Meanie!
Nami, 8 years ago.
Belmare! Belmare! Come out, your naughty kitten is at it again.
Stop shouting, what is it?
Belmare, Nami and Nojiko's foster mother.
Hello, Nami.
Hello, Belmare.
This is serious! You have to stop this. How many times is this now? She's getting a reputation in the village.
Let her be. She's just a kid. Haven't you ever stolen anything, Mr. Genzo?
You're the reason she's like this!
You paid for the book, right? Thanks. I'm flat broke right now, but I'll pay you back later. In kisses.
And then Genzo immediately starts blushing because of what Belmare said to him.
It's not about the money!
Your face is purple.
And then time passes, and then Nami, young Nami, goes,
I'm sorry, Belmare. I had to have this book.
If you wanted it, why didn't you tell me?
and then it cuts to someone going,
You're clumsy, Nami. If I'd stolen it, I wouldn't have gotten caught.
Nojiko, 8 years ago. And it's time for Nami's backstory, and you know a 4Kids reference, or should I say debacle, is right around the corner. See, this is what I've been looking forward to talking about when we get to it, Ozzy. This moment that was completely changed in the 4Kids dub. We'll get to it.
If I'd stolen it, I wouldn't have gotten caught.
We do not steal.
And then it cuts to Belmare, who apparently hit both Nami and Nojiko over their heads.
Oh, I was just kidding. But you couldn't buy it for me, Belmare.
I could sew. I have enough in my secret stash for a book. It's just that the weather's been so good that all the groves are full of tangerines. They're awful hard to sell right now. Understand?
Yeah.
Oh, a map of the world. I knew you could draw ocean charts, but you've learned to draw land maps too. What a clever girl.
Yep, I'm studying navigation. That's your dream, huh? Yep. Someday I'm gonna navigate my way all around the seas. And when I've seen everything with my own eyes, I'm gonna make a map of the whole world.
A map of the world? Why, that's wonderful. Then this map of the island you drew today is the first step towards your dream.
Belmare, you're not eating again, aren't you?
I'm eating tangerines, ain't I? I'm just on a diet right now.
Fine, I won't eat either.
Now, don't you start that. Children have to eat.
You're lying. You're not eating because we can't afford enough food. Really, Belmare?
I'm on a diet. Don't underestimate the beautifying effects of tangerines. You two. I'm 30 years old, but thanks to tangerine, I had the skin of a 19-year-old.
But your hands are orange. Shut up and eat.
Look, Nami, it's done. High-fashion Belmare style.
Another hand-me-down from Nojiko. That lion used to be a sunflower. It can't be helped. You're 2 years younger than me. I want new clothes, too.
I gotta be careful with those voices.
Mine aren't new. And which would you rather have, new clothes or food?
I'm off to the Tangerine Grove.
We're not even real sisters. We're not related by blood. Well, I don't like being sisters any more than you do.
And then it cuts to Belmare, who hears this, and then she hits Nami.
Nami!
Belmare! So what if you're not related by blood? What difference does that make? Don't ever say such a foolish thing again.
You're not our real mother either, Belmare. You'd be better off without us. Then you'd have enough to eat, and you could buy new clothes for yourself. You'd be free. I wish I'd been found by rich people.
And this strikes a chord with Belmare.
I see. Well, suit yourself. I don't care what you do. If you hate this home so much, then go somewhere else.
Then it cuts to Nojiko going,
Stop it, you two. I'm leaving. Nami!
Nami.
and then Belmare just slumps in a chair.
Belmare, Nami didn't mean it. She was just upset.
You're a steady one, Nojiko. That was childish of me. Will you go bring Nami back? I'll have a nice dinner waiting.
Okay.
Then we cut to Cocoa Village. And everyone is just bustling, business is booming, and we cut to Genzo, who's apparently talking to Nami. So you came here?
That's right, I ran away from home.
All the way from the outskirts to the center of the village. What a journey! There it is, the dreaded security tag.
Oh my goodness, I hate it when it is. I gotta be careful because it's on a speech bubble. I can't afford to rip this. They put the security tab on a highly detailed speech bubble. I got it. I got it. I got it. Good lord, I hate security tags on manga pages. Why can't you just put it on why can't you just put it on the front end? Or maybe on a section where it doesn't have images. Why put it directly on the image itself? If I wasn't a careful individual, I probably would have ripped up so many pages. Thankfully, I'm the only person who handles my books, so I don't need to worry about it. But good God, why would you do that?
That's right. I ran away from home.
All the way from the outskirts to the center of the village? What a journey!
Belmare would be happier without us.
You think so?
We're the reason she's poor.
Didn't know that One Piece was that deep in the beginning? Oh, it is. Psycho, if you never experienced One Piece from the very beginning, this is the perfect place to do it. What in the world is going on over there? Hopefully you guys can't hear that. Y'all know how much of a stickler I am for you guys just hearing me. Sorry about that. Kenzo was being a little bit rowdy again. I cannot keep stepping away because we've got to keep this story going.
Belmare would be happier without us.
You think so?
We're the reason she's so poor. And the villagers get mad at her because of me.
Starting to understand consequences, eh? Don't worry. When Belmare was your age, she was the terror of the village.
What? Belmare?
Sure, and in the minds of some of the villagers, she's still a bad kid. She's still a bad kid. But when Belmare ran away from here and came back a fighting sailor, she surprised the whole village.
A fighting sailor?
I'll never forget it. There was a terrible storm. There was a terrible storm.
Hey, Belmare is back.
She's carrying a couple kids. Get the doctor. They're burning up with fever. They're cold and sick.
I've got a Belmare. You're hurt bad.
Don't worry about me. Please, just save the children. Save them!
And it shows Belmare crying her eyes out, and she's bloodied, but she saved both Nami and Nojiko, apparently.
You were just a baby and Nojiko was 3 years old.
Me? But I thought I was found under a bridge.
That was Belmare's story. But she told me she'd been left for dead on a battlefield. She was just about to close her eyes and die. She was just about to close her eyes and die when Nojiko came along, carrying you.
Your sister? Nuh-uh.
She's laughing. She has no idea of the suffering around her.
And then it cuts to Nojiko, who's smiling, but she's holding back tears at such a young age in this destroyed battlefield that Belmare found them in.
So she decided to leave. The bond between you three is deeper than blood. The bond between you three is deeper than blood.
Nami, there you are.
Now go home. Your escort's here.
Pirates! It's Arlong!
Arlong?
God help us.
The rumors are
The rumors are true. The fishermen pirates of the Grand Line have split up and abandoned them are here.
Nami, Nojiko, it's dangerous here. Run and hide in the woods.
But Belmare's at home.
Hello, human scum! As of this moment, this village, this whole island is under our rule!
And it cuts to Arlong, who's there with his whole crew the first time they came to Cocoa Village. And that is the end of chapter 77. Onwards to chapter 78, Belmare.
$100,000 berries ahead for the grown folk. 50,000 for the brats. Remember, only kill the ones that can't pay. This time. How much did we get, mate?
A little more than 25 million.
Good.
I can't take any more. If they extort that much from us every month, we won't be able to live. Endure it for now. At least they haven't killed anyone yet. Endure it for now. At least they haven't killed anyone yet. And this is Genzo talking to the rest of the civilians, while Nojiko and Nami look on.
What should we do, Nojiko? Do you think Belmare is safe? She'll be all right. They won't find our house. You can't see it from the village.
They rounded up the whole village. If we can pay them off, we should consider ourselves lucky. I just hope they don't notice Belmare's house. She doesn't have 200,000 berries for herself and the girls. All right, let's go, fishmen.
And then Arlong prepares to leave, while Genzo breathes a sigh of relief, and then Nojiko and Nami breathe a sigh. And then we cut to one going. Then we cut to a pirate. Then we cut to one of the pirates shaking maracas. One of the fishermen shaking maracas, going, "Arlong, there's a house on the outskirts of the village."
What?
Darn!
Look, smoke from a chimney.
And then everyone realizes, like, oh no, he found the house of Belmare.
Belmare!
And then it cuts to Belmare as she's at her house, just cooking food.
We almost missed it.
Just right. Nothing beats my special tangerine sauce. 10 more minutes in the oven for the duck. The vegetables are ready. The stew's bubbling. All that's left is the rice. And now I'm just about broke. But since I'm splurging, might as well serve sake too.
Did you find the ocean charts?
No, they weren't in it. No, they weren't in any of the houses.
This village is holding out.
Uh-oh, the pirates are going to Belmare's house.
She doesn't have enough money. What'll we do?
This is bad. Doctor, where are the girls, Genzo? They were supposed to be hiding in the woods, but they aren't there. I bet they're headed for home. Oh no, we've got to stop them.
That one nosy fishman messed it up for Belmare. That one nosy fishman said, like, hey, there's a house out there. Really, really. And then it cuts to Belmare as someone slamming on the door.
Oh, they're home.
Nojiko, hurry! I know!
It's open.
It's open. Come on in.
And then it cuts to Arlong, who walks in as he goes,
Excuse me. Huh?
and then Belmare comes in. Belmare comes out of the building with a gun in hand and back kicks Arlong, wraps her leg around his throat, and then pins him to the ground instantly. She literally flips around, wraps her leg around Arlong's throat, slams him into the ground, and she's on top of him with her gun directly in his face.
Hard luck. I was a fighting sailor. You're a pirate from the Grand Line, eh? Well, Cocoa Village is a long way from here. What do you want?
And then all of the fishermen start laughing. Why'd this have to happen? As it cuts to Genzo running, and it cuts to Belmare screaming,
What's so funny?
and then Arlong responds by literally biting off the end of her rifle.
What?
You puny humans, your strength is a joke!
And then it cuts to Nami and Nojiko getting closer and closer to the house as we see Nami go,
Go to the back door. We'll get Belmare and escape. But the pirates are probably already there. So what?
Then it cuts to the doctor.
Wait, you can't go home.
Doctor?
I hate to tell you this. But you've got to listen.
And then someone screams out. And it's Belmare.
Belmare?
It's Belmare as Arlong takes his foot and stomps on her arm. Remember, the strength of a fishman is like 10 times that of a normal human.
It's no use. They're monsters. They're going to kill me. Nojiko, Nami.
Belmare, don't be a fool. Don't throw your life away for pride. Some fights are hopeless. Some problems are better solved with money.
Kenzo.
He's right, soldier woman. We want 100,000 berries for each adult and 50,000 for each child. Pay up and you can live.
And then it cuts to Genzo, who's holding up Belmare, whose arm is bloodied from being stomped on.
Money? For my family?
Belmare, how much money do you have?
Not enough. Even with my secret savings, a little over 100,000.
Lord Arlong, the table's set for 3. There are 3 people living here.
Come now, Belmare, just pay the amount for one adult. You invited me and the doctor for dinner, didn't you? The food's getting cold.
Mr. Kenzo.
Just be glad you had enough money. Now everyone in the village, just be glad you had enough money. Now everyone in the village is safe. It's true. The village records, and this is Karubi going over. It's true. The village records show no marriage or birth for her. This one's single.
All right, it's 100,000 then. Pay up or die.
And then it cuts to the villagers going, understand, Nojiko? Nami? There's no proof that you're Belmare's children. You have to flee the island before they find out about you. Cross the ocean to somewhere far, far away. It's the only way to save the 3 of you.
But I don't want to go. I want to keep living here. It's because we're poor, isn't it? That's why we can't be Belmare's kids anymore.
Doctor, this is foolhardy. We can't send these little girls out to sea. They'll die.
Maybe, but they're sure to die if they stay. There's no time to be sentimental.
Then it cuts to the villagers.
All right, that's 100,000 berries.
I'll go. I'll leave the island.
And this is Nojiko.
Nojiko!
All right. It's for the best.
Belmare! Let's go, Nami. It's all right. Belmare's alive.
That's 100,000. That's 100,000 berries. That 100,000, and then
All right. That's 100,000 berries. That 100,000 berries is for 2 kids. For my daughters, that's all I've got.
wow. Remember, it costs 50,000. They're extorting them for 50,000 for children, and Belmare has just enough for 100,000. So she's saying that money that could cover one adult is for both Nojiko and Nami.
For my daughters, that's all I've got.
And then it cuts to them, because remember, they're behind, Nami and Nojiko are behind the house. And they hear this and they go,
Huh?
Belmare!
Huh?
Sorry, Genzo. I just can't say I don't have children.
Belmare!
Even if it costs me my life.
That foolish woman!
They're as much mine as if I gave birth to them. Those 2 are my children.
As Belmare says with tears in her eyes.
You've got kids?
Girls, no!
I wish I'd been found by rich people. I didn't mean it. Belmare!
Nami, Nojiko.
And it shows Nami and Nojiko holding on to Belmare, including and they show her arm. They show Belmare's arm as it's completely bloodied from Arlong stomping on it.
I wanted to buy you lots of things. Books and clothes and good food. I'm sorry I couldn't do better. I'm sorry I wasn't a good mother to you.
That's not true. Don't die, Belmare. Stay with us always. You were a soldier, right? You're strong. You can beat them. You have to see my world map when I draw it.
These are your kids?
That's right.
Don't die!
You won't harm them, right?
Not if you die quietly.
Somebody help!
And then it cuts to Genzo, who pulls out 2 flintlocks and starts shooting, but as he goes, no! But then Karubi completely blocks the shots. Like the shots don't do anything to Karubi, and then he slashes Genzo.
Save Bill!
Save Belmare! Get your weapons! Fight! And then it cuts to Arlong as he goes,
Ha! They're just a bunch of worthless monkeys. Deal with them accordingly, but don't kill them.
aye aye.
You shall be our first example. Die for your foolish love.
And Belmare doesn't say anything as Arlong points a gun directly at her head.
Nojiko! Nami!
And Belmare and both Nojiko and Nami are standing there as they see Arlong pointing his gun at Belmare. And Belmare's words are,
I love you.
and then we just hear a gunshot go off as Arlong guns down Belmare. And that's the end of chapter 78. Chapter 79, To Live. And then it cuts to Genzo. What did you say? But you're a mercenary.
I'll be these girls' mother.
Impossible! It's insane! They'd be better off in a government orphanage!
As you can see in the manga, Arlong shot Belmare in the head, while in the anime, she was shot in the chest. But in 4Kids, Arlong sent her to the dungeon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the travesty of the 4Kids dub of One Piece is that Arlong said that you can't pay up, then you'll spend life in the dungeon. And mind you, they keep the scene where Arlong is supposed to be pointing a gun at Belmare's face. But since 4Kids is infamous for heavily censoring different aspects of the One Piece anime, or the One Piece series, they took his hand where he was holding a gun and basically drew over it to give him this comically large finger where he's pointing at Belmare. Like, in comparison to Arlong's face and his body, the hand was just comically large and big and oversized, and he was just pointing at Belmare instead of it actually being a gun. And then says, like, she's banished to the dungeon for all time. Disgusting! It was so bad. It was so bad and laughable. Like,
You go to the dungeon!
and plus they had like this weird sound effect on Arlong's voice. But, chapter 79, To Live.
Impossible! It's insane! They'd be better off in a government orphanage!
Shut up! I've made up my mind. I'm going to raise these girls. I'm a grown woman now. I've been to sea and to war.
Oh, and who can forget that silly catchphrase, if you can't pay the cash, go out with the trash. It's so bad. It's so horrible. Okay? It's bad. It's horrible. It is awful.
If you can't pay the cash, go out with the trash!
They had so many puns. They had so many jokes, so many rhymes in the One Piece anime that it took away all seriousness. Mind you, the series was never serious to begin with. They had some moments where they tried to be serious, but it was ruined by the constantly playing music in the background. So it was just completely awful.
Shut up! I've made up my mind. I'm going to raise these girls. I'm a grown woman now. I've been to sea and to war. I think I can handle a couple of kids. I'll take good care of them. I'll raise them to be good, strong people who can handle themselves even in this harsh world. You'll see.
And that's a flashback for when Belmare took them under their care. Then it cuts to later.
You incorrigible little thief!
Let me go. I'll pay you back. With kisses.
Don't pick up on habits!
Did you two make the boys cry again? They made us mad.
It's all right, Belmare. It was just a little scuffle.
And it shows the boys cowering behind their mother after Nami and Nojiko just basically beat him up.
They said your tangerines taste like crap. Why, you little
Bellmare! As Bellmare goes and beats up the boys.
Nojiko, Nami, don't ever lose to anyone. Girls have to be strong too. And whatever happens, don't curse the age you were born into.
And then it cuts back in the anime. It was I'll pay with my body. I'm sorry. In the official anime? Wait, in the anime? In like the official anime, or was this the 4Kids anime? Because if it was 4Kids, how did that slide? If it was the anime, I don't know. I'll have to look up that scene. I'll have to look it up again. But it cuts to the time where Bellmare is shot by Arlong.
And whatever happens, don't curse the age you were born in.
No, the pirated version. Oh, the pirated version.
And whatever happens, don't curse the age you were born into.
And it shows Bellmare falling back from, suffering the shot. Not only was she shot in the head, but she also got shot in the chest as well. So we lost Bellmare.
Don't worry about what anyone says. And whatever happens, never lose your ability to laugh. If you can survive, then happy times, lots of them, will come your way.
As we see the cigarette that Bellmare always had in her mouth just falling into the pool of blood that just starts, coming from her body.
Ha 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 ha! Any of my subjects who can't pay must die! Ha 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 ha! Got that, you miserable humans?
Hey, found them, Arlong! The ocean charts were in this house! Lots of them! Huh?
Give them back! Those are my charts! I drew them! I'm going to use them to sail the seas! They're mine! Nami! Stay away from them!
Well, I'll be. These excellent charts were drawn by a kid?
That's a valuable skill.
Brett, that's a valuable skill. Bring her along, Hachi.
Come on, Brett.
No! Let go! Let go! Let Nami go, you!
Hold it.
And then someone goes, "Hold it! You received payment for her, right? You said you wouldn't harm these kids."
I won't harm her. I'm just borrowing her.
Mr. Genzo! Help me!
Leave that girl here.
Karubi.
Shut your mouth. And then all of a sudden, Karubi comes in and slashes Genzo straight all over his body and across his face, giving him the many scars that he has now.
Mr. Genzo!
And then Genzo can barely stand. "I'll save you, Nami."
We won't let you take her. Let her go!
Goes the citizens.
Stop it! It's okay! Don't try to save me! Please! I don't want anyone else to get hurt!
Not too rough. There are cash cows.
And then it shows these citizens getting cut but not killed by the fishmen, being made an example of. And then we see the ruins of Coco Village after Arlong's initial visit. "They sank all of our boats. Our plan to have Nami and Nojiko to escape to sea was folly, and the Navy isn't doing anything about this problem." Our plan to have Nami and Nojiko escape to sea was folly, and the Navy isn't doing anything about this problem. As usual, this island is under Arlong's rule now. Bellmare knew. She knew there was no way we could free ourselves of them, that we had to obey them or die. They took Nami.
They took Nami. Bellmare, what should I do?
And it cuts to a grave for Bellmare with tons of flowers at it. And then it cuts to that same people, the same civilians going, "We discovered where Arlong and his crew are. It looks like they're going to settle on this island. This is the decisive moment.
Fight now and die with pride, or be ruled by devils who could kill us at any time, and hope that someday the Navy will rescue us.
No, the only legitimate military power strong enough to take them on is the Navy of the Grand Line, and it has its hands full there. They'll never come to a tiny, far-flung village like ours. I can't abandon Nami. I'll fight. Me too. I won't abandon a child, just so I could live.
Well, if one person fights them, then we all have to. I'll kill one of them even if he kills me too.
And then it cuts to a civilian who sees someone in the distance. Nami!
Nami, you're safe.
Thank goodness!
Nami! I'm joining Arlong's crew. I'm going to be their navigator and draw maps for them.
And then this confuses everyone. What are you saying, Nami? Do you have a fever? Did they do something to you? Something terrible? And then Nami just says,
No.
Did they threaten you? Is that it? Tell us!
No!
Nami!
Let go!
And as she lets go, Genzo looks on in shock as he sees that's the mark of Arlong's pirates. That they see that Nami has the brand of Arlong's crew on her shoulder, where she has it right now. Oh no!
Nami! Look, they gave me this money. They said they'll buy me anything I want. Nami, no! I won't let you! I won't let you become a pirate! Don't you know what they are? I don't care! Belmare tried to live a decent life and she got killed for it! I don't want to be decent!
And this, gets the attention of all the civilians.
What are you saying? Belmare died for us! She sacrificed her life for us! How can you?
Forget it, Nojiko. Go, Nami, and never set foot in this village again. And then Nami puckers up her lips, eyes full of tears, runs off.
Nami!
What stupidity. She doesn't even consider Belmare to be her mother.
That's not true! Nami loved Belmare!
And it cuts to Nojiko as she's walking out of the village, and she sees that Nami is sitting in front of Belmare's grave.
Nojiko, Belmare used to say, huh? If you can just survive, someday lots of good times will come your way. Yeah. After I was taken to their ship, 5 Navy ships came to capture Arlong. He sank them all. I don't think the Navy will be sending any more ships to save us. And if they do, Arlong will sink them too. So it's up to us to help ourselves. Buy back the village for 100 million berries? Yes, but I have to join the pirates and draw maps for them. People work their whole lives and never make that much money. But I have to do it. It's all the villagers can do to pay the tribute. And if I go to anyone for help, they'll just get hurt. I won't let that happen again.
Doing these high voices one after the other. You feel it. It doesn't hurt, but I can feel it.
But wouldn't it be hard to work for the fiends who killed Belmare? I don't care. I'll just look at them and laugh. I'm not going to cry anymore. I've decided to fight on alone.
And that is the end of chapter 79. Onwards to chapter 80, and then we have one more chapter after that, and then we'll be done with volume 9. And then we finally enter into the 10-digit numbers. Chapter 80, A Thief is a Thief. And then it cuts back to the present day, with Nojiko still talking to Sanji and company.
Ever since that day 8 years ago, no one has seen Nami shed a tear, and she's never asked for anyone for help. She doesn't want anyone else to get killed by Arlong like our mother was. Nami was only 10 years old, but she refused to give in to despair. She resolved to live. Can you understand what a painful choice that was for her?
So, to make enough money to save the village, she joined the crew of the very creature who killed her mother. That villain made my darling Nami suffer. I, Sanji, shall beat him to death!
And then it cuts to Zoro, who's sleeping, and then we hear a bonk sound as apparently, who apparently got hit in the head by Nojiko, I think, saying, "Ow!"
I came to ask you not to... Sanji going, ow! I came to ask you not to do that. If you keep raving about Nami being your darling, the pirates will get suspicious and all of Nami's efforts will be undone. Don't cause her any more pain. That girl fights alone. To her, the most painful word of all is friend.
Nobody will find it here. Bit by bit, I'll squirrel away money in this treasure box until I have 100 million berries.
I don't want to interrupt you. Just saw that chapter 1084 got out. Early scan. I don't read early scans. That's an early scan, so I don't want to know anything about it. Early scans of manga chapters I have no interest to me. I only read it officially when Viz drops it on Sundays. Thank you for letting me know, Vazu, but I have no interest in it. Not in early scans. Not fan translations. I'll take the official ones.
Nobody will find it here. Bit by bit, I'll squirrel away money in this treasure box until I have 100 million berries. You're going to rob pirates? That's right. We live in the age of pirates. I might as well make the most of it. Nami, that was a terrible wound. What happened? I got a bit careless. But look, now I have 1 million berries. Nami, we have to get you to a doctor right away. It's a long road ahead. Still 99 million berries to go.
And then it cuts back to the present.
It was a long road, but now there are only 7 million berries to go. I should be able to get that much in one more voyage. Just one more voyage and our lives will be our own again, and all my suffering will have paid off. We'll be free of Arlong at last. And then, Belmare, I'll finally be able to laugh from my heart.
Then it cuts to Luffy, who's just walking through Cocoa Village. And Luffy looks and he sees Genzo being led by Genzo as Captain Nezumi follows behind him. Because remember, Captain Nezumi arrived at the village not too long ago. What does the Navy want with Nami?
Just take me to her.
How come that guy has a pinwheel on his head? And Luffy's just looking. Then it cuts to Nami, who walks out of her house, walks out of Belmare's house.
Guess I'll go. Just one more job.
And then she looks and she sees Genzo, and she goes,
Mr. Genzo? With some Navy men? I'm Captain Nezumi of Navy Base 16. Are you Nami, the thief? Criminal? Well, yes, I'm a pirate. I'm an officer of Arlong's crew. As an officer yourself, I'm sure you know that if you lay a finger on me, Arlong won't be pleased. What do you want? I don't quite understand. You're a pirate? I haven't heard anything about that. I won't lay a finger on you, but I've received word that you're a thief. My sources say you rob pirates of their treasures. Since you target pirates, it's an unusual case. But a thief is a thief. That loot belongs to the people it was originally stolen from. Therefore, you must surrender it to us, the government.
What?
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
What?
Let me make myself perfectly clear. Hand over the treasure. Find the loot!
Yes, sir.
Wait! You can't just barge into people's homes!
And then it cuts to Nami, who beats 2 of the naval officers who try to enter into her home.
Why? Is this how the Navy operates? Don't they have anything better to do? Arlong's crew has murdered hundreds and destroyed... Arlong's crew has murdered hundreds and destroyed whole villages. Oh, wait. Arlong's crew has murdered hundreds and destroyed whole villages. He's enslaved everyone on this island. Are you going to ignore those atrocities and seize the loot of one petty thief? Is that how the government works? Watch your mouth, criminal. Never mind her. Keep searching. Everyone on this island has been waiting for you to liberate them. How can you abandon them and do this?
It didn't cross her mind to hide the treasure someplace else? Well, when you're young, you don't really think about someone potentially finding it if you bury it in your backyard. But, you know. Captain, maybe she buried it in this orchard.
Then dig it up.
Don't you touch Belmare's tangerine grove!
As Nami bashes one the naval dudes in the face.
I'll never let you take my money. That money is...
Her money is going to save Coco Village. You have no right to confiscate it, Navy man.
What's this? A village headman defying the Navy.
Mr. Genzo, how did you know?
I knew, Nami. We couldn't believe you would join Arlong for just money, so we pressed Nojiko. Everybody in the village knows what you're doing. But we didn't want you to feel you couldn't give up and flee, because you knew we were counting on you. So we pretended we didn't know.
But...
What's this nonsense? Are you saying that everyone in this village is a thief? Perhaps I should arrest all of you then.
He's saying that because we can't depend on you.
He's saying that because we can't depend on you people. We have to fight for ourselves.
Nojiko.
And it's Nojiko who shows up.
If you're not going to save this village, then get the heck out of here. If you linger here, Arlong will have your ship.
Arlong? Oh, I doubt that very much.
Huh?
You still haven't found out?
It's not a grain of rice, you know. It's 100 million berries. It's impossible for you not to find it. How do you know how much he has?
What? A lucky guess.
And then a look of horror goes over Nami's face.
Could it be?
Did Arlong send you here?
That's absurd. We are simply confiscating stolen property from a thief.
You rotten weasel!
Has the Navy lowered itself to serve a pirate?
And then Nami realizes that Arlong is going to stay true to his word. Think about it. He said that he's going to keep to his word as long as Nami gets the money. But he never said anything about stealing that money from Nami. Keeping her indebted to him.
You rotten weasel!
Has the Navy lowered itself to serve a pirate?
Screams Nojiko, and then Nami, furious, just bites her lip. Disperse them. They're impeding the search. As these Navy officers prepare to fire on Nojiko, Nami, and Genzo. Aye, aye, sir. Then there's boom sounds. And then it shows that Nojiko's been hit.
Nojiko!
Hey, what happened, Genzo?
We heard gunshots.
Huh? And it's Luffy who gets up. Nami, what's going on? Can I help?
You're still here?
Whoa! As Nami grabs him by the scruff of his neck and goes,
I want nothing to do with you! Now get off this island!
Nami, where are you? And then Luffy gets tossed back.
Arlong, I'll get you, Arlong!
You want your village back so badly, little girl? Very well. Bring me 100 million berries. Then I'll release your village and let you all go free. I'll promise. However long it takes you, I'll honor my promise.
And then it cuts to Nami, who gets to Arlong Park and goes,
Arlong!
huh?
My precious navigator, what's wrong? You look angry.
You sent those Navy men to steal my treasure!
Why? You always said you'd die before you break your promise.
Huh? What promise did I break?
Don't treat me like a fool. You sent the Navy to steal my money.
And then Arlong grabs Nami by the face. Something that some of us who have seen later chapters of One Piece saw a recreation of once before. We talked about this during the live stream, but I won't go into details of what it was. But we've seen this moment happen. We've seen this moment happen again in the future, or at least get referenced in the future, but I won't say where, for those of you new to One Piece.
Don't treat me like a fool. You sent the Navy to steal my money.
When did I ever break my promise? Tell me.
And then Arlong looks with bloodshot eyes. And then the rest of his crew starts laughing at her.
Curse you, Arlong.
And then it cuts to Luffy, who goes, "What's her problem?" And that is the end of chapter 80. Onwards to chapter 81, and the last chapter for this volume, chapter 81, Tears.
I can't stop laughing. 93 million berries, and 30% of it is ours. Splendid.
But Captain, it's smeared with mud and blood and it's falling apart.
Money is money. That poor naive girl worked like a dog for 8 years to free her village. Well, she did manage to amass an impressive hoard for us.
Then it cuts back to Arlong, who's laughing. Of course, he has his own signature laugh, which is sha. But it's not currently more prevalent in these volumes. That's not a spoiler. It's just a signature laugh of his.
The Navy, you say? Why, how unfortunate, but a deal's a deal. If you can't come up with 100 million berries, I can't give you back your village.
You cheat!
Now, it's only 100 million berries. Just start saving up again! Sha! Or do you intend to run away? Of course, if you do, the lives of everyone in Cocoa Village will be on your head!
I knew, Nami. But we didn't want you to feel like you couldn't give up and flee. You couldn't give up and flee because you know we were counting on you. So we pretended we didn't know. And then Nami slaps away Arlong's hand and just runs off with tears in her eyes. Remember how she said like she's never shed a tear? Nojiko was telling us a story, and now she's just filled with so much despair that she can't hold back. Hey!
Hey, what's the matter, Nami? Finally running away? Sha!
And then it cuts to Genzo.
That's it. Get your weapons. We're going to fight.
Mr. Genzo, everyone, please, don't do it! Don't throw away your lives! That would be the end of everything!
And then it cuts to the citizens who all get their weapons together as they get ready to assail Arlong Park.
You've got to stay alive, or it'll all have been for nothing.
Then it cuts to Belmare's house, and then it cuts to it cuts to Belmare's house and the area where Nami buried her treasure. And it's empty, and there's some smashed tangerines on the ground. Waste of food. 8 years ago we chose to live in disgrace. 8 years ago we chose to live in disgrace. And we made a vow. No matter how painful or insulting the rule was, as long as Nami was all right, we would fight on by surviving. But this is the last straw. If there's no hope for us to buy our freedom, then I say, let's die fighting for it. Those fishmen played on that girl's goodness from the start. They must pay for that. Any objections? And then all the citizens are all like, let's get those fish faces. I'll be darned if I live another day under their rule. We've all been itching to fight for 8 long years. Let's get him! And then someone goes,
Stop!
and it's Nami.
Nami, wait a little longer. I'm going to try again. Just give me one more chance. It'll be easy this time.
And Nami has run in, and she basically has she was crying her eyes out. And you can tell that she's been crying because around her eyes is kind of red, drawn here in this panel. And the citizens see her and go, Nami. And then Genzo starts tearing up. And then it cuts to Chu. You sure have a cruel streak.
I can't let a cartographer like Nami slip through my fingers, but I'm no heartless monster. Once she's drawn charts of all the world's oceans, I'll set her free.
And then all the fishmen start laughing.
That'll take her decades!
And then it cuts to Genzo, who just embraces Nami. You've done enough. You can't carry the burden for the whole village anymore. You fought well for us. It must have been worse than death for you to join that crew. You fought well.
Mr. Genzo.
As it cuts to Nami, who's tearing up. But now, you should leave the island.
Huh? But...
He's right. You're strong and cunning, and you have dreams.
Nojiko! Stop it, everyone! I don't want anyone else to be hurt by them! They'll kill you all if you fight!
We know. And then Genzo grabs Nami's knife with his bare... He grabs onto the blade. He grabs onto the blade and just holds it and tries to take it from her.
It's no use, Nami. Our minds are made up,
says the doctor.
Nami.
Now step aside, Nami.
And she flinches as all the citizens walk past Nami as they prepare to go to Arlong Park.
Forward, people. Maybe we can't win, but we'll give those fiends a good fight.
And then Nami is just left there. Nami's just left there holding on to her shoulder. And then she just thinks of Arlong laughing in the back of her mind.
Sha! Sha!
Arlong.
As she thinks about her tattoo, and she takes her knife and she keeps screaming,
Arlong. Arlong. Arlong.
and each time she says that, she keeps stabbing into the tattoo of the Arlong pirate. She just keeps stabbing into that tattoo. And then all of a sudden, she's stopped by Luffy.
Luffy. What are you doing? You don't know anything.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
This has nothing to do with you. I told you, leave this island.
Yeah, you told me. And she tries to throw some dirt at him, but he doesn't move.
Luffy. Help.
And then Luffy takes off his hat, puts it on Nami's head, breathes in deeply, and just screams,
Okay!
and then Nami just looks on at his response. Don't touch the hat! It's my treasure! And then she realizes what Luffy just did. Something that he considers a treasure, he basically just gave to her to hold on to. And then it cuts to Luffy, who's walking, as we cut in to see not only Luffy there, but Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp there as Luffy goes, let's go. And then all three of them go, right. And then Nami can't do anything but hold back her tears as she's right there. And then we see the citizens in front of Arlong Park going, hey, you two okay? Did Arlong beat you up? And it cuts to two individuals who are sitting at the front of Arlong Park. You gotta move aside, we got business with those fishmen. And it's Yosaku and Johnny who are there.
We came here to make amends for misjudging Sister Nami, but we lost by a frog's hair. We heard the whole story in the woods and realized our mistakes. We're too ashamed to lift our heads. You're no match for the fishmen, so we can't let you through.
What? We're waiting for a certain crew that's sure to show up here.
And then Genzo's there with Nojiko as he goes, a certain crew? And then it cuts to Arlong.
Hey, those two just now who came to challenge us, could they be part of Zoro's crew?
Zoro's crew? Those weaklings, they weren't even worth killing. And then, all of a sudden, we see the whole gate of Arlong Park get completely destroyed by a single punch by Luffy. As we hear Yosaku and Johnny go, Brother Luffy! And we see Luffy cracking his knuckles goes, which one is Arlong? And then Arlong looks angrily at Luffy going,
who are you?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final chapter of Volume 9. It's about to go down in Volume 10 tomorrow. Oh, it's gonna be good! Hee-haw! Oh, I cannot wait to read Volume 10. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for my overall read-through. Hopefully you guys have been able to hear me properly, even though I speak from the side. But that is my overall read-through of Volume 9 of One Piece. It's getting really good. Some of my favorite parts are about to happen right now, and I can't wait to read it all for you guys tomorrow, same time. So, that's where I'm going to call it a session here for today. We'll also be tackling Tears of the Kingdom again tomorrow, but not today because I got other obligations. But I just want to say to everyone, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. Really, I enjoy reading this. I'm enjoying reading all these pages for the very first time with my eyes. I'm really enjoying reading this, doing the voices for everybody, and I hope you all are being entertained as we as many of us One Piece fans take a trip down memory lane and go through the whole story of One Piece from the beginning. So to everyone, thank you for the continued support of this channel. It is a blessing to do this for all of you. I love it. It's one of the reasons why I get up, and I'm looking forward to entertaining you all again tomorrow. So to everyone here, all I can say at the end of the day is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, share this stream with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples!